Hey friends, Sam Haymart for Test Driven TV. Today we're test driving a 2014 Lexus GS350 all-wheel drive F-Sport. This is a pretty fully loaded version of Lexus's rear-wheel drive mid-size sports sedan, which competes against the Mercedes-Benz E-Class and the BMW 5 Series, just to name a few. So today we're going to take it up on the windy mountain road to see how well it stacks up. Upon arrival, our tester was a dramatic show for the eyes in the color obsidian with the F-Sport 19-inch black chrome wheels. The styling has worn well since the car's debut as a 2012 model and carries Lexus' latest aggressive design language. The F-Sport comes with a deeper front fascia which highlights its strong performance message, along with a rear deck spoiler and F-Sport badging on the front fenders. The look is unique but not overly done, remaining dignified if not understated. The interior of our GS350, on the other hand, was more extroverted with rich Cabernet leather seating and straighted aluminum trims. The F-Sport cabin gets a special steering wheel with an F-Sport badge, and the aluminum pedal treatment is a really nice touch. Our tester came with the cold weather package, which included heated and ventilated front seats, heated steering wheel, and rain-sensing wipers, just to name a few. Also optioned was the Mark Levinson surround sound audio system, which is a must-have in any Lexus. The 12.3-inch center screen is nice and large to make all navigation and infotainment adjustments easy while on the go. The Lexus console control puck remains one of the best in the business for its tactile feel and ease of use with intuitive menus. The seats, of course, were very comfortable and power adjustable to infinite positions. Your settings can be stored in memory, which also includes the power tilt and telescoping steering wheel as well as side mirrors. The interior, in my opinion, is one of the best from Lexus to date. Fit and finish is superb, and the materials are right in line with the competition from Germany, if not better in some cases. The look and style strike a nice balance between elegance and down-to-business sensitivities. Comfort? Well, I could sit in this car all day long without a complaint, and travel you can do with not only great seats but plenty of rear cabin room as well as a generous trunk. While the rear seats don't fold down, there is a center pass-through for longer items. A good test of a car like this for me is always to bring it up here on the Apache Trail just outside of Phoenix, Arizona. This is a nice, tight, windy mountain road that's got all the good things that you like in a road like this. It's got nice banked curves, they're tight curves, it's got some straightaways. But one thing that's really kind of cool is it's got a little bit of a rough surface. So that actually enables us to see how well these cars are really sorted when it comes to their chassis. Because any car company can make a car that drives very well on smooth pavement. But put a car on rough pavement, well, that's where the good cars are separated from the not so good cars. So here what I'm finding so far is that when you throw this car into a curve with rough pavement, it doesn't get unsettled. The steering is solid, you don't get any kickback through the steering, and the front suspension, I'm not getting any rattling or shuddering, which, believe it or not, is something that you might be surprised what cars get that no matter what the cost. Another really nice trait this car has is the steering is really direct. I mean, it's just got a nice feel to it. As I transition in and out of these curves here, it just really communicates well. I'm getting a lot of road surface feel through the steering wheel, and as I lean into these corners, I just feel like it's talking to me. On a tight, windy, curvy road, the car really has this sort of balance between the sharp-edged reflexes that you like in a BMW and that feeling of solid dignity like you get in a Mercedes-Benz. It's just a really nice balance. And obviously that's not going to be for everybody, but it's something that I think Lexus does very well. Up here now the road's smoothing out a little bit, and I can sort of let it lay into some curves a little more aggressively, and the car just turns around pretty well. The only thing that I think is that if I were ordering one of these, just like when we tested the GS350 F Sport all-wheel drive, is that I'd probably lose the all-wheel drive unless I lived in a winter state, because for a car like this, all it really does is add weight, slow the car down, and take away from some of the reflexes you're paying for in a car like this. Under the hood is the high-tune version of the brand's 3.5-liter V6, which churns out 306 horsepower and 277 pound-feet of torque through a 6-speed automatic transmission in our all-wheel drive model. An 8-speed automatic comes with the rear-wheel drive GS. The engine revs freely and with a healthy growl to its 6,600 RPM redline, and will accelerate the GS from 0 to 60 miles an hour in 5.8 seconds according to Lexus. That feels about right to me. If there's any complaint about the engine, it's its rather noisy idle character. This 3.5-liter V6 with a little over 300 horsepower is plenty capable of hustling this sedan along at a pretty good clip, even in some more aggressive driving situations. The only thing is, though, in this class, in the midsize sedan segment, it's sort of the entry point as far as horsepower goes, and especially in this car, it's the same engine you get in the base model, and this is the high-performance version. So part of me really is looking for something with a little bit more power, and I think a V8 really would be appropriate in a car like this, given some of its competition offers that. This is a car that really just rewards your driving spirit, and that is to say, when you dial it up to Sport Plus and take it out on a back road like this, it'll give you everything you paid for. So I'm going into a nice little tight curve here, drop the hammer down. It's holding my gear as I go around this next tight curve. Out we go. It's downshifting for me as I go into this curve hard on the brakes. Holding my gear as I go into the next one. Just making some nice sounds too. Whew! That's nice, huh? Well, wrapping it up, I really do like this car. Lexus has done a great job of designing an interior that looks good and feels good, and just has an excellent quality to it. The handling, the chassis, and the drivetrain, of course, are everything you'd expect from Lexus in terms of quality and solidness, but it still does offer some performance that, well, I still wanted for a little bit more power, is more than adequate in a car like this. I do wish Lexus would have a V8 in this car like some of its competitors do in this class, but beyond that, I don't think you can really find a lot to complain about here. So this week, I give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. I'm Sam Haymart for Test Driven TV. I hope you enjoyed the ride.